I finally made the decision to travel alone again. This would be the second time I decided to go through with it, and for multiple days. Since my last trip with Claude, fall had become my favorite season, and so I really had to itch for it. Unfortunately, this year, I couldn't take anyone to go with. I didn't make enough money for staycations, and I didn't know anyone who'd be able to let me stay with them. So I thought it was finally time to take car camping seriously. Quick stop because I saw something really cool. I need to get to the place that I planned to go to, but I think a stop or two is not going to kill anybody, right? This whole trip is about making random memories. So what's the point in making random memories if I don't do random things? Oh. This is a trail? It's like a fully functioning railroad. The reason why I wanted to travel wasn't just because fall is an amazing season. I just remember the last time I traveled so well. All the photos I took, and the scenery that left my heart still. I loved capturing the adventure, and I wanted to feel that love of travel more, and take back those moments as memories. That's why I decided to film it. So, for those of you who don't know what car camping is, I am essentially living in my car for the entirety of this trip. A campsite or two would have been nice, but good luck finding one during the autumn season. So, greetings from a Walmart parking lot. Who would have thought I would have been back here again? It's still early autumn, but they said that in the White Mountains is going to be peak, so I'm really hoping that this is the chance that I get. I'm just getting ready so that I can go to the first hike and then make breakfast there. And I'm taking you with me. So, yeah. I'm starting to believe that one of the biggest challenges of car camping is food prep. I guess if you're seasoned enough, you'd do something clever like foraging. And if you had money, you'd stop at restaurants. And if you were a chef, you'd prep or make the most balanced and extravagant of meals. Unfortunately, I'm none of those things. But we're learning. Through a bit of trial and error, I've picked up a few things. Your meals should include a good amount of fiber, or take fiber supplements, and definitely drink plenty of water. This helps you have easier bathroom breaks. Speaking of bathroom breaks, you're not going to find a bathroom easily in the backcountry, unless you're a part of Camp Dig a Hole. So, if you can avoid eating heavy foods or things that'll upset your stomach, you're doing yourself a huge favor. But I'd still invest in a shovel and a toiletry kit. Trust me. I think I am a little bit blessed though, because when I'm in an unfamiliar land, my body sort of turns off, so I don't really need to eat or use the bathroom as much. Look at me. Okay, so the plan now is to go to Frankenstein's Trestle, or Frankenstein Trestle, but I only have one problem. I don't necessarily know how to get there, so I have to kind of do some driving around until I get there. My goal is to walk on there. There should be trains passing through if I'm lucky, so I kind of want to capture that, and possibly a drone shot if I'm allowed to. Then I'll make my way to the next area. It's currently 8:31. We still have plenty of time in the day. I'm not really worried about that, but people are obviously waking up. I'm severely underestimating the amount of people who are traveling for the autumn leaves in New Hampshire right now, even though it's like slightly before / in peak season. So we'll just have to see if we can find a spot. The reason why I decided to do this hike is because of the rumor of a train that passes along the side of the mountain. I think being able to capture it would be absolutely insane, but even if I wasn't able to, just being able to see that sight, I think would be well worth it. The hike wasn't hard, but there was a lot of patience involved, and you'll see what I mean. Is it too late to tell you that I'm actually scared of heights? It was very spooky for me to be near those train tracks, and although I tried walking across it, I didn't get very far before turning back. I let other people do the daredevil work and just film them. Regardless, it was really fun just being able to relax there with the bright views of the mountains and seeing all the leaves in their peak season colors. In that moment, I felt like this was the reason why I came out here. It was my first time up here, but probably my last time for a while. Unfortunately, after waiting almost 2 hours, I wasn't able to capture a view of the train passing around the mountainscape like I was hoping for. However, I had a few random encounters.
Can I pet him? Thank you.
That's the beauty of the impulsivity of this trip. I'm not sure what I'll get, but it's always worth it in the end. It was insanely beautiful where I was, to the point where I was pretty confident the foliage wouldn't get any better than this. However, this whole trip was about following my impulses, and something kept telling me to go more north. So I slowly made my way in that direction and made some memorable stops along the way. Car camping, traveling, and leaf peeping means that you're going to be moving a lot. And moving a lot means that you're going to be sweating a lot. So I like to find myself the nearest stream so I can cool down and rinse off. There's a lot of concern amongst my friends that these solo trips, aside from being dangerous, might be a bit too lonely for someone like me. But in reality, there's a strange therapeuticness that comes to traveling alone. It might just be that when I'm out here, I'm only bound by my own impulsiveness, so I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want, which is very different from my life back home. I feel like I feel the most free out here, and being by myself is how I can experience that the best. Although I can't deny that the idea of a travel companion sounds just as pleasing. This trip was loosely planned, but that helps break expectations and leaves less room for disappointment. Without strict deadlines, I stumble upon places like this lake. I only found it because a nearby farm was closed for the season. While I was filming, I met two men. One was from Hawaii, and the other one rented a van to show his friend New England's fall because it was his home area. These unexpected stops always lead to meeting people with interesting stories. I guess you could say it's almost destiny meeting them. As I looked at my maps, I realized for being in New Hampshire, I was actually pretty up north, and a part of me felt like I should just see how far north I can get. I noticed one tiny town with a lake that borders Canada, and I don't know how to explain it, but something about that town really pulled me in, like I just had to go there. My goal for this trip was to strictly explore New Hampshire, so it's a bit odd that I'm in Vermont right now. But this strange little place was calling to me. I'm not sure how to explain this, but hitting the last town before reaching Canada's borders is such a strange feeling to be in. I didn't have a passport, so reaching the end of the US almost felt like the end of my adventure, even though I had plenty more to see. I couldn't help those bittersweet feelings as I made my way towards the water. Maybe it's because my heart was full from the day, or maybe I couldn't imagine how things could have been any more perfect than this moment. But as I stood there, gazing past the water, reaching a new unfamiliar land, so close but yet unreachable, I couldn't help but be still. Eyes widened at this new stamp into my book of travels. So we've run into a few problems already on this trip. First and foremost, the heat liner or the heat dissipator, whatever it's called, on my exhaust has half broken off. It's not that big of a deal, I've learned, but it's gonna cause a noise issue a little bit, which is annoying. Luckily, my car is a hybrid, so when it's engaging the electric part, it doesn't make the noise, but when I'm idling, it definitely gets annoying. So that stinks. With all the weird things that have been happening, there have been a lot of like positive and good things that have been happening. But I just hope that my car is gonna survive. But yeah, I guess we should get started. Newport, Vermont. Such a tame and peaceful little town I've stumbled upon. Every turn, every path these roads carved, held an opportunity for not just contemplation, but the most alluring photography. Any longer spent in this place, and I might have just settled down. But I knew I was destined for more sights to see. And so I took with me some of my favorite photos and fled that wonderful place. We're heading south now to a place I'm not quite sure of yet because we're taking a different route down. I must seem crazy driving around without a destination in mind, but as you can see, that's what makes finding these hidden gems so magical. I have become a traveler in the stories I love so much. guided only by my desire for adventure. I'm getting extremely hungry, so I stopped to make food. It's not that great of a place, it's kind of off on the highway, but there's a view over there. So I thought we'd make food and then maybe go explore it a little bit. So let's get cooking. I just want to issue a formal apology for the absolute monstrosity I'm going to unleash upon you all. When it comes to car camping, if you're unprepared for your next few meals and you're out in the middle of nowhere, then it's going to take some improvising to get something decent in your belly. I haven't eaten anything major since yesterday, and that means I need carbs and protein for the traveling ahead. And so I dug through my cooler to make the most reasonable concoction I could find. I was trying to combine noodles, chili, and cured meat into a type of saucy dish. That's the best way I can describe it so it doesn't sound disgusting. In full honesty, it actually tasted pretty good, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Regardless, presentation matters, so wait for the final photo to tell me what you think. As the days pass, moving from location to location, I think it starts to take a toll on the body, traveling the way I do. Thankfully, since we aren't bound by any destination, I can make time for sitting in nature and relaxing. I get to enjoy the beautiful ambiance of the forest, and it really takes the edge off. The sun is dipping below the horizon, and that means this beautiful day is coming to a close. But something told me not to let it end like this. Even if it's just for a bit more light, just a little bit longer, I want to bask in it. So I rushed up the Kangamangas Highway to bid the day farewell the proper way. The sunset from yesterday, I couldn't get it out of my head. Something was drawing me back. Something telling me, you need to see the sunrise. And so in pure darkness, with no street lamps to guide me, or cell service to aid me, I ventured back to that magical place. This being my first solo travel, it was the craziest thing I could have done.
I am currently extremely exhausted. It's not because these roads are necessarily hard to drive on, but I think it's the sheer level of just being focused that's tiring me out. I haven't listened to music. I've just been driving in just like silence. The only thing I can hear is my car moving up, slowly climbing. Nothing bad has happened yet. I shouldn't say yet. Nothing bad has happened, but I'm still being cautious. I am seeing more cars parked every now and then, so there are other people maybe who are doing the same thing as me. Maybe more murderers. And I've been on what feels like 20 minutes. It says 8 more minutes, but I'm moving much slower than normal, so maybe double that, so maybe 16. I don't know. I'm just exhausted, and I kind of want to be up there. Like, the anticipation has left a little bit, and now it's transitioned to tiredness. So I just kind of want to be up there now. But we're still pulling through, and it's gonna be worth it. Alright, so I've made it, but it is completely dark, obviously. I can't see anything. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, but yeah, I really can't see anything right now. So we're just gonna chill in my locked car until we get a little bit more daylight, and then we'll pop out for a bit. Don't come hang out with me, friend. Please. I'm begging you. And they're coming to hang out with me. And now they've left. Well, that was bizarre. Update, more people have came, but this one's more welcoming. I'm just gonna get ready for breakfast, I guess. I'm so glad I came here.
These heart-jerking views were some of the last few things I'd see, because it was time for me to make the journey back home. Within my heart, I realized that this trip was more than just an opportunity for good photography or beautiful sights. It felt like I was leaving a part of me here and taking back something much deeper than I'd ever be able to articulate. I wasn't even sure if I'd be okay moving forward, experiencing everything that I had. But one thing's for certain, I'm definitely coming back.
We're trying no more. It's cold on the floor, cold on the floor. This house has never been the same as before. It's never felt warm, never felt warm. There's something moving through the windows and walls. We've seen it before, we've seen it before. You left me living with a lingering soul. How little you know, how little you know. I only hate to fill me up. I only sleep to rest. I need a love just like you gave. I haven't found it yet, found it yet. See, where I am is where I'm wanting to be. I know what I need, know what I need. And there are many different places to see. And know how to dream, know how to dream. Still there's a wound and I'm moving slow. Though it don't show, though it don't show. I've got a hole where nothing grows. How little you know, how little you know. I only eat